to look for ease when you have hard times and struggle. That's why Jake, they was hating on the president of DJ Trump. But then when they had to go through the Biden era, the 4 years of that, they were like, damn, this shit ain't got no better, it's getting worse. Now we're saying, let's make it great, America great again. A lot of Jake started saying that now. Now he's back in office, he's saying, damn, it ain't getting no better since the first of DJ was in office, then Biden dog was in office, got worse. Now it seems like it's a continuation of everything to drop. So you're looking for something for the Democrats to help you, then you look for the Republicans to help you, and like we always say, it's the same. It's two wings on the same bird. Shit is gonna continue to be dropping and going down. Because the Lord is setting up for, like you said, this is the time that we're in, where Esau or Babylon the Great, what? The suffer of what? A downfall.
It says, verse 4, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief.
Hey, and like I said, the Lord is going to deliver his elect, because it says in Ephesians 5 and 15, be circumspect, not as fools, but as wise. And what is that wise? That wisdom is what? What we read about earlier, about the oil and wine in Revelation 6. All right, this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. All right, so be not as fools, because fools is going to fall into the BS, and they're not covered. Like you say, when Jacob's trouble really ramp up. But it says not as fools, but as wise, because what? The days are evil. And what is that going into evil? Going into bad times. All right, Eve going into what? The times of ill, going into what? The bad. So you're going to go into these bad times. So we constantly got to be circumspect, looking around, being watchful, letting our people know what's about to happen, get the blood off our hands. So we're going to give you the word through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, but you're going to either hear or forbear. You're going to reject it. We gave it to you. Now we're looking for our deliverance.
Can't say you don't know or didn't know.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
It's right in your face. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But see, that's how Yahweh Shai is. We were talking for a week or so. When the Lord rose from the dead, and those two men were walking to that city, and the Lord was walking amongst them, but they didn't know that. So the Lord disguised himself unto those men. Right. The Lord disguised himself now through the men of the Lord out here that you call ratchet or got on dresses.
Right.
So you're not spiritual. Now they knew that at that time there was a Lord when the Lord broke bread with him. I forget the name of that city. It's in Luke 50, whatever. It's in Luke. Yeah. It's a good story, man. Those two men thought he was dead. They said, well, have you heard what happened to the Lord? And the Lord, he was like, yeah. But when the Lord sat down and broke, yeah, there you go. Yep. Right. You heard what happened? Exactly. The Lord doing it now by using the men of the Lord before his people. He came into his own, that didn't accept him. In John, 10 or John 1 and 10? The Lord is back here again spiritual now. You still ain't accepting him. Okay, well, now you're going to know the Lord was amongst these men when our hell started to break loose. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. Then you said, know that a prophet been among you. Woo. Yeah, you got it.
Proverbs 27 and 12. The prudent foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Like the brother's going into, we out here on the highways and byways telling you guys, you so-called nigga Latino Native Americans, like, hey man, it's about to get bad out here. But the majority of our people, like the elder said, they see us and they scoff and laugh because they're comfortable. They're able to go and get some chicken. They're able to go and get some glass of wine. They're able to chill. So people ain't thinking about end time. People are thinking about forwarding themselves in this world. We here to tell you that, we're coming to time like no other. They're putting the plug on this place, man.
Yep.
Yeah. What?
You said a proof man for the evil. And the Lord said, Ezekiel, we're watching. So when you're on a watchtower and you are looking over for within the city, you're sitting in the highest point. And you're actually looking out and you're seeing dangers coming. And you're ringing the bell, you're throwing the trumpet, calling on to let you warn the people. Just think of what you're doing that now. We're doing it on the highways and byways. Like they need to worry about what's coming. We letting you know. Those are the fools, but the prudent men and the wise, the people that are wise, they're gonna hear it and say, okay, what they're gonna do? They're gonna start eating. They're gonna hide themselves. They're gonna prepare themselves.
Right.
They're gonna look for the Lord to deliver.
Proverbs 24:12 in NLT. Don't excuse yourselves by saying, look, we didn't know. For the Most High understands our hearts, and he sees
Got
you.
about that one.
He who guards your soul knows you knew, and he will repay all people as their actions deserve.
Christians say he knows my, the Lord knows my heart. Yeah, he do. All right. A lot of times the times that we're in, the Lord seeing that you don't really give a damn. A lot of people look for prosperity still in a place that's actually falling. America already hit its peak. So when you hit the peak of a mountain, what happens? Now you're going to go on what? To the downside of it. Everything is downhill from now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. When you look at everything is downhill, you watch it. You running downhill, you whoa, whoa. We let you know, hey, watch out. But some people still run ahead first. They're gonna stop you.
There's a point too where within the economic collapse where it really starts to go when it goes down on a curve where it slowly goes down, but then there's a sharp decline. That's where we're at. You have like I forget like the pinnacle. I forget the the mathematical term. You have like the pinnacle is the highest point.
The summit.
And then you have like the point where it's the highest
The precipice.
of the ratio that
Apex.
yeah, like the apex is like the highest point, and then you have like the point where it says there is that waxeth rich
11 and 18.
by his weariness and pinching, that is the portion of his reward, right? There's a person that gets rich and it's by saving. They might have started saving since they was 18. They had the dollar on the wall and been putting 10% in their bank account since they was a youth, right? And very financially mature. And then, but where is that going to lead them? It says, verse 19, whereas he saith, I have found rest, and now will I eat continually of my goods, right? They may have invested in got a good stock portfolio, or maybe have had a good job and went to college, whatnot, right? And now they thinking that, oh, damn, now it's the time to eat of my goods. I got this retirement home, I'm going to chill.
Yep.
And yet he knoweth not what time shall come upon him, that he must leave those things to others and die. Right? A lot of these people that have been prepping, a lot of these people that have been, sustaining themselves well in this economy while it was good, man, they're gonna leave a lot of those things to die. And they don't know what's coming forward, what's coming ahead of them. Like you mentioned that watchtower before, we looking at the things that's coming in front of us. And a lot of people, they're not taking heed to that trumpet, to that sound. Right? They're listening to those things, those smooth sayings that it's still gonna be prosperity, man. Right. But little do they know that they're about to leave these things for others to die. Like a lot of these houses that people get, a lot of these resources, it's gonna be eaten up.
Luke 12:20. It says, but the Most High said unto him, actually, let me start off here, bro. 12:16. And he spake a parable unto him, saying, the ground of a rich man brought forth plentiful. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruits.
Man.
And he said, this will I do.
That's perfect.
I will pull down my barns and build greater. And there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods.
That
Make it ready.
Fruit of his labor.
Better.
Yep.